All right, let's get right into it. If you're a university student today, AI isn't some far-off concept. It's here, and it's completely changing the game. But it's also complicated. So this is your guide to navigating it all, how to study smarter and a whole lot safer. Make no mistake, this isn't a trend anymore. We've reached the point where AI is basically a fundamental part of the academic landscape. It's woven into everything from how you do your research to how you manage your schedule. It's just how things are done now. And that brings us to the big question every single student is grappling with. On one hand, these tools can be an absolutely incredible secret weapon. On the other, they come with some pretty serious risks. So how do you get all the power without falling into the peril? Well, let's just raise the stakes right away. Get this. Over 60% of universities and colleges have already implemented some form of AI detection technology. The game has totally changed, and you absolutely have to understand what your professors are looking for. But hey, let's start with the good stuff, the upside. Because when you use it the right way, AI is an unbelievable study partner. This isn't about cutting corners or cheating the system. It's about upgrading your entire process so you can genuinely study smarter, not harder. So for writing and research, these are pretty much your new essentials. You can use something like ChatGPT to bust through writer's block, get ideas flowing. Then you can lean on Grammarly to really polish your tone. And for the really heavy lifting, tools like Elicit can actually automate big parts of a literature review, which can save you, countless hours. And check this out. This is how you can stack those tools together into a powerful workflow. Instead of sifting through hundreds of papers, you use an AI to find and then filter for only the most relevant stuff. That means you only have to do a full, deep read on, say, the top 20%. You can even use AI to map out all the concepts and spot where the research gaps are. It is a complete game changer for big projects. And it goes way beyond just writing. You can use AI to organize your entire life, transcribe your lectures so you never miss a thing. For you STEM folks, you can get step-by-step help on super complex math problems. You can even generate slick, professional-looking presentations in minutes. It's like your whole academic life, but supercharged. Okay, now for the pivot. Because you have this amazing toolkit, but your professors have their own toolkit too. It's time to pull back the curtain and understand exactly what's happening on their side of the screen when they run your paper through an AI detector. Now, this is maybe the most important point to get. AI detection is not plagiarism checking. They are two totally different things. A plagiarism checker asks a very simple question. Does this text match something else out there? But an AI detector, it's asking, does this text look and feel statistically like a machine wrote it? It's about patterns, not copying. And one of the first patterns they look for is something called perplexity. It's just a fancy word for how predictable your word choices are. You see, AI models, they love to play it safe and pick the most statistically likely word. The result is text with really low perplexity. Human writing? It's usually a lot more surprising and, well, perplexing. The second big one is burstiness. This is all about rhythm. When we write, we naturally mix it up. A short, punchy sentence here, a long, complex one there. It has ups and downs. AI-generated text can often be incredibly uniform, almost monotone. That lack of burstiness, that flat rhythm, is another huge red flag for these detectors. And it's not just software. Professors are also trained to spot the manual red flags, things like a sudden shift in your writing style or citations that point to articles that don't even exist. AIs are famous for hallucinating those. They're looking for evidence of your actual thought process. They want to see the messy drafts. Now, this all might sound kind of straightforward, but here's the massive problem. These AI detectors, they get it wrong, a lot. They are seriously flawed, and that's where the real danger for students like you begins. The data on this is just shocking. One major study found that these detectors falsely flagged essays by non-native English speakers over 61% of the time. For native speakers, just 5%. So why the huge difference? Well, because writing that is clear, direct, and structured can sometimes look like the low perplexity text these tools are built to find. It's a massive built-in bias. And listen, this is not just a theory. This happens to real students. One student was almost hit with an academic misconduct charge over a 30% AI probability score on her own original work. The company that makes the tool even says the scores aren't proof, that they're just conversation starters. But for students, these false positives have real, terrifying consequences. So, with all of that, how on earth do you navigate this minefield? This is where we get to the solution. We're going to give you a clear, actionable playbook for using AI the right way, and, just as important, for protecting yourself if you ever get falsely accused. Rule number 1 is to know the line. Using AI as a support tool for brainstorming, outlining, checking your grammar, that's often totally fine. But submitting prose that an AI generated and passing it off as your own, that is universally prohibited. And the only way to know for sure is to check your syllabus every single time.
Okay, and if the worst happens and you are wrongly flagged, do not panic. Here is exactly what you do. Step 1, request the full report. Step 2, share your document's version history from Google Docs or Word. Prove your human writing process. Step 3, offer up past essays to show it matches your style. And finally, step 4, ask to do a logic audit, where you just verbally explain your arguments. This is how you prove your integrity.
Now, when you do use AI as a tool, transparency is everything. And citing it might seem weird, but it's actually really simple. Here's a perfect example in MLA Style. You just list the prompt you used, the tool, the date, and the link. You treat it just like any other source you'd cite in a paper.
And for even more transparency, think about adding a simple disclosure statement to your work. Here's the template you can literally just copy and paste. It tells the reader exactly what you used it for, and makes it clear that the real thinking, the arguments, the conclusions, that's all you. This one little paragraph can save you a world of trouble. Okay, let's just zoom out for a second, because this isn't really just about how to survive your next essay. This is about mastering a skill that is going to be absolutely critical for your future career. You see, the real goal here isn't just to use AI. It's to become AI fluent. Knowing how to work with these tools, how to ask the right questions, how to guide them and critique their output, that is quickly becoming a massive competitive advantage out in the professional world. And there's actually a name for this skill. It's called prompt engineering. It's a real discipline. It's about designing and refining your prompts to get the best possible results. When you think of it that way, you see it's not a shortcut. It's a sophisticated and incredibly valuable technical skill. So we'll leave you with this final thought. The next time you open up one of these tools, ask yourself this question. Is this AI helping you build your skills, or is it just building your essay? Is it a partner in your thinking, or is it a replacement for your thinking? The answer to that question, well, that's going to determine everything.